start SolCore Fitness because I've been in the fitness field for over 20 years, since college. And I wanted to have a place to where I knew the training was right. Most gyms you go to, it's kind of more just about the personal trainer being a salesman. That's the main thing. I get over 20 years experience. What else did I write here? I've helped a lot of people reach their goals, and to make a lot of investments in myself to continue learning along the way. So I haven't just gotten a certification and kind of let it go. I really want to find out more about the body. And then I have the skills to work really holistically on all level. So this gratuitous picture is me. Okay, this picture is to show you that prior to what I'm doing now, I got very good at being really fit, losing body fat, being strong, cardio, eating, for body fat stuff. I did it really well, okay? Problem is, it's not the whole picture. And because of that, after about 20 years of it, I got this. I know this is hard to see, but this is a L4, L5 disc bulge. That little thing right there, that's a bulge pushing into your PLL. Okay, right there is nerves. That nerve is sciatic nerve. That didn't feel good at all. I tried a bunch of different ways to correct this. I did chiro, I did PT, I did acupuncture, I've done all that stuff. But basically, I would get maybe 3 to 4 days of relief, and then I go right back to what I was feeling. So I was forced to go outside of what I knew to learn more about really training the body. And so I came across a guy named Guy Voyer, and he's an osteopath and orthopedic MD, and he started to really show me what the body was really about. It wasn't just about a bunch of biceps and quads and hamstrings. It's about here's how they react, here's what's below them, above them, here's how the bunch of body functions completely together. From this and from my past experience, I've developed 3 facts on best way to create a program. First and foremost, and this is in your packet, you have to have a vision. Before I tell you about any of the minutiae, you have to have a definitive vision. It can't just be, I want to be fit. It can't just be, I want to feel healthy. It has to be really specific. You can't do everything all at once, okay? So you have to take where you are and go, okay, what do I want to do? Okay, do I want to feel better because I'm in pain? Do I want to lose some weight because I feel like I'm a little too big? Do I want to gain some strength because I feel weak when I'm moving around my body? All those things I just talked about, each have a different program, and they can't all be done at once. It's like you spread yourself too thin if you try to do everything all at once. You try and do a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. You don't really get anything done, right? So you always have the single focus. So in the packet I have, you can fill it later, we don't have to do it now. You have a sheet that gives you a goal. So it's right below the area. You have a goal that says, okay, what do I want? What am I willing to do? How much time do I put into it? What days a week can I do what? Like a broad outline. Obviously, you can use your calendar for a better idea, but that's a general idea. After that, there's more about what's holding me back, usually some sort of fear, okay? I don't know how that translates in your life, but it's some sort of fear to where I can't do this or I don't want to do that. Write those down, and you start to see, okay, what can I do and when can I do it? From there, you want complete nutrition. On the way over here, I was thinking, what could I do to help that out? So I have what's called a metabolic typing quiz. People who are in my program should have gotten it. If you haven't, I'll give you another one. But for you guys, I can give that and send it out to you, okay? It's a simple, what I call a scientifically intuitive test. I think it's 12 questions. It kind of goes through and says, when I eat meat, I feel this way. When I eat dessert, I feel this way. When I blah, 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 blah. So it starts to make you think about what you want, what really works for your body, but then gives you a score at the end. Oh, you're more of a protein type, or you're more of a carbo type, or you're more of a mixed type, okay? But even from there, you're not done, okay? Now you need to track basically what you're doing. So you do a simple journal, and I'll give you one of these when we're done, and journal how you're eating. So let's say you wake up, and you don't have any food. Right in the right-hand column is a note section that says, I felt crappy because I didn't eat food. Or let's say you get up and you had a croissant and you had coffee, and as good as it is, I felt really terrible in about 45 minutes, right? So you start to see okay, yeah, it was good, but that's not the best for me. When you eat food, within 30, 45 minutes, you should feel something, right? Whether good or bad. Does my stomach hurt? Do I feel energetic? Do I feel brain fog? Do I want to do something, right? It's going to tell you right away. But we've lost track of that. At least most people lost track of that because they're like, again, eat this or have this, go vegan, no only paleo, do this. It's always a mix with people. And then once you get that down, you can start to modify, you can start to be more intuitive with your eating. And then more of an effective program. So an effective program encompasses a lot of different aspects. Like I talked about before, you want to have your goals, you want to know why they're important to you, and you want to know how committed you are. So I'm assuming you guys are committed because you came here in your free time to listen to me talk. That's good, because now you have some sort of motivation to go for what you want. A complete program entails proper stretching. We'll talk about that in a second. Proper resistance training, nutrition and water, which I just went on about. Cardiovascular exercise, depending on what you want, be it to do a 5K, to do your hikes, or to lose body fat. There's different ways to address that. Supplementation, only to fill in the holes. Too often people go to the supplementation first to fix a problem. Before I go to supplementation, I need to think about, one, is my body in structure? If my body's in a good structure, then I'm able to ingest and take in the nutrients that come from my food first, which means now I'm able to take a supplement to fill in the blanks. Not, my body's all jacked up, I eat crappy, let me take a supplement and see if it works. Nope, it's not gonna work. It's really expensive, expensive pee, basically is what it is. And then coaching, so you're here for coaching, but continually seek out more knowledge as to what you want, what works for you, how to move properly, how to do the things you wanna do. Keep thinking about that. Again, nutrition, you're gonna have a protein type, a mixed type, and a carbohydrate type. So if you want to think about what's out there now, we can think about a protein type as like paleo. We think about a carbo type as vegetarian with a little bit of meat. And then I know it doesn't make any sense, but that's basically the idea. Then you have a mixed type, which is right in between. But again, you can fall anywhere in between that. You can fall anywhere in between that to where you can be, so I'll give you my example. When I first started this, I took my test. I was a protein type. Sweet. Bunch of meat, bunch of fat, bunch of veggies. It sounds fantastic. After about 2 days of that, I was like really tired, right? And I was eating plenty of food, really tired. And all I wanted was a banana. So I had a banana, I felt fantastic. I'm obviously not a protein type. I'm obviously protein / a little carbo because I need some grains. But there's people who I've met who totally function well off of that diet I talked about. But not everybody. So when you see certain regimes tell you to only eat that, sure, it works for like 1% of people. The other 1% of people like get results for a little bit because they're eating better, but then they go downhill. Sleep wake. So sleep is just going from 6 to 8 hours of sleep. It's also what time you go to bed. So you have what's called circadian rhythms. The sun goes down, my body wants to go to sleep, right? Basic sense, sun comes up, I want to come up. But now with computers and our work schedules, like we push that or we go back or whatever. So you want to try and go to bed around 9:30 to 10:30 in general. Okay, it fluctuates for a little bit people. Then you want to get that sleep and wake up about when the sun wakes up. That's going to vary a little bit depending on your work schedule. So for myself, I wake up very early because I have to. But you still kind of follow that program and do the best you can. The reason you want to sleep that much time is because when you sleep that much time, you allow your body to heal. So when I go to sleep at 9:30, 10, automatically inside me, through hormones and through all these different aspects, my body goes, okay, let's heal and let's get better for the next day. To the degree that I don't do this, I throw off my healing. I cut it short, I go through too fast through one thing, maybe you wake up feeling groggy, you don't feel great. So that's a good place to start, is 9:30 to 10.